Namaskar, welcome to Sare Jahan Se Acha. I am your host Rajan Sehgal. Sare Jahan Se Acha is an attempt to get you closer to your country, Apna Desh, Apna Bharat. Through this, we will try to show you some unique places, unique stays, and unique cultures of India. I'm sure, friends, you're all eager to step out and go for a holiday. I can assure you, after seeing this program or this show, you will be able to organize your travel effectively after seeing the passion of our presenters have. So today I am going to introduce you Gajendra Singh Pawar with his unique destination near Sariska. Mr. Pawar doesn't need any introduction. He is a well-known name in the travel, tourism and hospitality industry and spends more than 40 years in this industry. So I will invite Mr. Gajendra Singh Pawar to take you on a tour of Sariska and his destination and other places of interest. Welcome, Mr. Gajendra Singh ji.
Thank you, Rajanji, and welcome to all our listeners, friends, and fraternity colleagues. Rajanji and myself are passionate golfers also, and we together have been promoting golf tourism to India. Today, we are going to talk about my other passion, which is tourism. My career in the tourism started some 42 years ago. As a student, I got into tourism just to earn a little pocket money. But once I got into it, I started loving the profession, meeting people from all over the world and interacting with them, listening to them, telling them about India, my own country, my own culture, my own values became more stronger. So by hearing their cultures, their architectures, their life, I learned a lot, and that is the wealth that I have attained in these 42 years. Because I don't know anything else other than tourism. So I thought, why not get into another aspect of tourism, which is hospitality. And it is my fortune that my family is always stands behind me in support. My wife, Sunita, my son, Abhiraj, my daughter-in-law, Gayatri, they are all standing behind me, supporting me in all my endeavors. This project that I am going to talk and show you today is a dream project for me. The whole idea of going to a wildlife sanctuary or a wildlife park or a wildlife reserve came from my son, Abhiraj. He is the first initiator of this project. He is an outdoor person himself, and he has great passions. He dragged me into this project. He convinced me to come and do this project for him, with him, to this beautiful site at Tehla, which is just outside the buffer zone of the Sariska Tiger Reserve. The first job was to find the right location. And this was once again my son, who had already done a recce. He had scouted for a beautiful piece of land, which he then took me to look at. And once I was there, standing on the rock with him, looking at this beautiful site, surrounded by the Aravalli Hills, I was totally bowled out by the sight of this beautiful piece of land, which we then took for our construction. Once the land was selected, the next target for me was to find a suitable design to go along with the surroundings, to match the surroundings. My next target was to find the appropriate design. So a lot of things came into my mind as to what a wildlife resort should look like. Should it be an old style, heritage style architecture? Should be an English style architecture? Should it be a Machan kind of a architecture? So I thought it would be more romantic to have an English style architecture. And I had a few memories in my mind of the good old days when I studied in Mount Abu. Uh, there were a lot of beautiful houses, English cottages, which came to my mind. And then I started looking for designs. I came across this beautiful design, which also has a very nice slogan to it. It says, "What this world needs is both front porches where folks converse, live, laugh, and love." I like this slogan because in today's time after COVID, we have realized that what we need is to live, laugh, and love. We have been confined to our houses, to our places. We have not been able to move out. Life has become a standstill. What have we all done in these three and a half months of staying back at home? We have all realized that how important is it to be with your family, to be with your friends, to have some time for yourself. And this design actually gave me that inspiration to go in for a structure which would resemble this. So once the design of the resort was finalized, I always had a thought in my mind that we must think of keeping the environment, going along with the environment, keeping the environment safe. We have not got any trees. Rather, we have planted over 1,000 trees, both forest trees, fruit trees, and other plants on our property. We have tried to create an eco-friendly property or an eco-friendly resort. What I have created, the overlooking the swimming pool, there is a veranda. There are lots of open spaces. There is ample opportunity for people to come together. You see, going to a wildlife park is different than going for a holiday, which is a beach holiday, or going to a trekking holiday, or going just for a leisure. And once you go out in the jungle and come back, you have lots of images that you get in your mind. Your mind opens up, and you have a lot of images which come into your mind. There is a flow of images and you need to talk about them. You need to bring them out, and therefore it is very important to have these verandas, to have open spaces, to have places where people can converge and come together and express their experiences. So we have created a place which has a central courtyard. There are patios because it's an English design, and the British always never sat on the grass. They always had a patio in the green patch, and they always sat on that stone structure, and that's what we have created here. So people can converse. They can come here. You can sit here. If it's a nice cool winter afternoon, you can sit outside, enjoy the sun, talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to the other people who have come to the resort and have had the same kind of experiences that you went through going to the jungle. When you arrive at the hotel, there is a small driveway that brings you to the front porch. And as you drive into the front porch, you would see a pond, a lily pond that we have created, on the property itself. And that lily pond is uh, a convergence place for the birds. A lot of birds come here. We have a permanent kingfisher which is staying on the lake. So you start getting the feel of being in a resort in the nature. Outside the boundary wall, you see the mountains, the hills, and sometimes in the evening we have seen leopards walking around. I know this place. Wild boars coming to this place. We have seen blue bulls. We have seen sambar coming out. There are a lot of peacocks in our area. Sariska Tiger Reserve has the largest number of peacocks in the country at one place. So you have lots. You will see a lot of peacocks in this place. One important aspect of our resort is that we serve all fresh food. We have no cold storages in our hotel. So we buy fresh from the market. We grow in our own kitchen garden. We are growing all kinds of vegetables, herbs. We are growing fruits. We have over 1,000 plants planted in the last 3.5 years during the construction of the resort on our property. So that's what we do. We cook everything fresh. So we serve all kinds of meals. We have European cuisine, we have Western cuisine, we have Indian cuisine, we have South Indian cuisine. Our cooks and chefs are all local people. So another aspect of Sariska Manor is that we are generating employment for the local people. I'm so glad when I see these people coming to work here. You see, we are in a very, very small place. There is nothing, there is no big city around where people could go and get a job. 170 square kilometers, there is no factory, there is no big city, there is no other employment possibility for the people. So when I built this hotel, I built this resort, I am generating employment for the local people. I'm generating revenues for the local people, right? So that when you arrive at the hotel, we are since we are just coming out of the COVID C-19 syndrome, and the government of India, Ministry of Tourism, has given us guidelines. We are following all the safety measures, all the protocol that has been defined by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. When you arrive at the hotel, we have sanitizers to clean your hands. It's a touch-free entry into the hotel. Your baggage is sanitized. You are welcomed with a warm, natural, vitamin C rich welcome drink, a hot welcome drink, and a cold. When you check in, you can step out and step out to our Antelas restaurant to feel this serenity while you are escorted to your luxury cottages through the Sparrow Veranda restaurant. Your jungle experience will start right from there. You will hear the birds chirping sound and the nature's arrival all around you.
गजेंद्र जी, आपने बहुत बढ़िया अपना रिजॉर्ट और उसकी डिटेल्स दिखाई. अब आप हमें लॉबी तक, और लॉबी तो नहीं कहूँगा, एक डिफरेंट किस्म का वेलकम किया अपने गेस्ट का. अब हमें अपने रूम्स दिखाइए जिसमें कि गेस्ट अगले 2 या 3 रात बिताएंगे और उसको अपना घर समझ के रुकेंगे.
Totally serene, pure, and very, very quiet. So, as I said, the comfortable stay. The rooms are
large enough, 18 by 18 feet. The beds are 7 feet by 6 feet. I personally have never liked the 5 feet by 6 feet beds. You know, a double bed should be a double bed. It should be a large bed. That's what we call a large bed. So it's 7 feet by 6 feet. So one can easily, stretch out and sleep well. The mattresses are, 12 inches thick, and we have selected one of the best mattresses available in the country. The linen that we are using is of the highest quality. The furniture that I have got made, all these designs are my designs. I have selected these designs from various, design books, and I've got them made here in Jaipur. I chose not to have the wood polished. I chose to have it, painted, because that's what that brings in that English colonial feel in it. My wife was the interior designer. It's all her creation that you see. I was the person who did the construction work and getting all these designs and things done. But the soft furnishing, the decor, the placement of things, the selection of the lamps and the lampshades, the selection of the fabric, selection of the photographs, all has been done by my wife. We have not used any interior designer from outside. And we have procured everything locally, either in Jaipur or in the surrounding areas or in the villages of outside Jaipur. So once you are welcomed and you are taken to your room, we have made comfortable rooms. We have designed the rooms in such a way that you have lots of spaces around. The deluxe cottages are 380, 390 square feet, the room itself. The bathrooms and the dressing area is about 78 square feet. The design of the bathroom is such that you get plenty of light, and always I have always kept windows in the bathrooms so that you can open up the windows and get fresh air as well. The luggage racks are designed in a way that you can open up 2 large suitcases and you have plenty of space. You don't have to put your suitcases on the floor, which I have noticed many a times when I have traveled myself. The people have not taken care of that aspect of room. We try to give you all the comfort of the comfort in the jungle without compromising the essence of the jungle. All the comforts of a deluxe car or a deluxe room.
Gajendra ji, rooms are amazing, very beautiful, comfortably made, hygiene, neatness, and everything is taken care of. But now, please let me know the dining areas, the meals, the cuisine which you are going to offer to your guest, because this is also a very important part.
Once you have settled in your in your rooms and you have you're checked in and you have settled in your rooms, I would like to take you now to the experiences, your culinary experiences that you will experience at Saraska Manor. Let me tell you at the outset that Saraska Manor, we have a philosophy of not serving any buffets. We do not want people to go stand up during a meal and go to a buffet. We want you to be seated at on your tables, and your food will be served to you on your table. We have ample spaces. The restaurant and the indoor restaurant, the outdoor restaurants, the outdoor dining experiences that we have for you have ample spaces to take care of the social distancing norms that have been set by the government. The indoor restaurant is called the Angeles, and we have ample spaces. It's a large enough space where we can maintain the social distancing norms. The outdoor veranda restaurant, which is called the Sparrow, is once again a large space where we can maintain the social distancing norms, and you can enjoy your a breakfast or a lunch sitting out, looking over the gardens and the swimming pool, which is right across the restaurant. We have, apart from these two experiences, culinary or restaurant experiences, indoor and outdoor, we have other outdoor experiences for you. You can sit out on the patios, have your breakfast out in the under the blue sky, or you can go to the front lawns in front of the hotel, close to the lily pond. We can serve you breakfast, lunch, or dinner on either side of the building, main building. There is another very beautiful spot, which is the terrace, and this terrace is something which is a special. We call it the eagle's nest. The eagle always makes his nest high up. So when you go up, climb up the stairs and go on top on the terrace, we call it the eagle's nest. This is a beautiful spot from where you can see 360 degrees all around the Aravalli Hills, the mountains. If you go up in the morning, you see a sunrise, and you go up in the evening, you can see the beautiful sunset. So we have, evening high tea, generally out on the terrace. We also have special dinners organized on the terrace. The local chef, the home-groomed chef, can churn out beautiful European dishes, which you can see on your screen right now. This is from, I could not believe it myself, that a local chef could bring out such beautiful, European pre-plated dish. And that's the beauty of Saraska Manor. One of the main attractions for Saraska, coming to Saraska, is the going out to the jungle. Being in the nature's lab, make your memories golden. That's our slogan. And we we have a beautiful jungle which is right next door. It's a 800 square kilometers big jungle, which is one of the largest jungles in tiger reserve in India. We call this as the Sariska Tiger Reserve, and Sariska is now very proud of having 21 tigers, and we have, out of these 21 tigers, 16 of them are now homegrown, homeborn, right? So they were first introduced from another sanctuary, and Sariska Tiger Reserve is also the first tiger reserve where translocation of tigers has been done successfully for the first time in the country. So that's another big plus for Sariska. And now we have 21 tigers in Sariska. Recently, in the month of January, we had T12 giving birth to 3 cubs, and you will see very shortly. You will see the 3 cubs and the T12, ST12. When you go out in the wild, in the jungle, we want you to be, you have to follow certain rules, certain norms. You should not make noises. You should not call out. You should not make, you should not wear very bright colored clothes. So a hat is a must. A scarf or a muffler is a must. Something to cover your face is, today anyway, we are all in this COVID time, and we all have masks. But it is also necessary to cover your face so that you don't inhale the dust from the tracks when the jeeps run through over the tracks. So you love the animals, but let them be alone. Do not disturb them. The ST12 with the 3 cubs. What a wonderful sight this is. I'm so happy and I'm so proud to be associated with a park where now poaching is a big no. Now we come to the bird life. On our property itself, Sariska Manor property itself, we have 42 different species of birds. And in around Sariska, there are 3 large lakes which are in the vicinity of 5 to 20 minutes drive from Sariska Manor. And we have special tours which we offer to go to these lakes for bird watching. So we do bird watching trips as well around Sariska, and there are over 200 different varieties of birds that you can see in this area. Peacocks are the most common in Sariska. We have the uh, the kingfishers. We have prey birds like the eagles. We have very beautiful birds. So there are over 200 different species of birds, and our naturalist, the in-house naturalist, takes care of informing you about all these animals. We also do a small presentation in the hotel on wildlife, and our naturalist takes you through the entire flora and fauna of Sariska. When you are planning a trip to Sariska, I would recommend that you come at least for 2 nights and take minimum of 2 to 3 rides in the jungle. So, because you see, animals are animals. We are not going to a zoo. So, you're not 100% sure that if you go out, you will hear a call, but you may not see the tiger. Therefore, it is recommended that you take at least 2, if not 3 rides in the jungle to be able to understand the jungle, to see the animals, to enjoy the forest, and also to see the tiger. Apart from the tiger, the Sariska Tiger Reserve is a beautiful forest. It is one of the the forests which is totally serene. It is absolutely how should I explain it? It's a lot of large, huge valleys, high mountains, totally covered with deciduous forest, which when it rains, the whole forest becomes green. But during the summer, the forest is all brown. The trees are not dead, but they go dormant. But as soon as the monsoon comes back, they all become green again. So when you are going into the forest, there is one very special space, one very special place that one must visit in the forest, and that is the Kankwadi Fort. There's a beautiful fort in one of the huge valleys. It's almost like 10 square kilometer huge valley with 3 beautiful lakes and a Kankwadi Fort perching up on a small hillock in the middle of this valley, and surrounded by these 3 lakes. There is huge, ample bird life around there, and if you're lucky, you will also see a tiger around that area. That's a beautiful, one of my favorite sites. That whenever I get an opportunity to go into the jungle, I always make it a point to go to the Kankwadi Fort. You can get off and get into the fort also. You can climb up to the fort. Once you are on top of the fort, you will see that huge valley, which is and surrounded by these beautiful hills. And it's an experience to be believed to be true only once you have visited the Bhangarh Fort, which is about 22 kilometers away from us. Bhangarh is the most haunted fort in India. It is, it has been termed as the most haunted fort, and BBC had once done a film on whether it is really the folk tales, the stories that go around there in that region about the fort and the haunted place. The BBC did a film on this place. So when we do this trip, we also take you to another fort called the Pratapgarh Fort. which is a marvelous site, and a very good example of a Rajput architecture of building a fort. Because beautiful site that I would recommend one should go to is the stepwells of Habaneri, Chand Bauri. The stepwell is called Chand Bauri, and I would recommend that you should go to the site. It's about 55 kilometers, an hour and a half drive from our place, from Sariska Manor, and there are 3,500 steps. It's a UNESCO's protected site, and there are 3,500 steps to go down from all four sides, or at least three sides of the Bawi. It's in a square shape, and to go down to the water. It's very well kept, very well maintained now. The archaeological department is taking good care of the place, and there is a small fee that one has to pay to enter into this stepwell area. The other places that as I was talking about, the lakes close to Sariska Manor, we have three beautiful lakes around Sariska Manor. One is the Mansarovar Lake, the Mangal Sagar Lake, and the Jahaj Lake. And all these three lakes are in a vicinity of like 5 to 20 minutes drive from us, right? And these lakes not only serve as great water reservoirs, but also a lot of birds, migratory birds in the winters come to these. Another important place that I recommend is the Neelkant Mahadev Temple. There is a mountain. There is a winding road which takes you up about 500 feet to the top of a mountain, and there is a huge plateau on top of the mountain. And once you enter and there is a fort, of course, there used to be a fort up there. As you enter the top, there is a gate, old arch. There is a gate which takes you to this plateau, and there is an old temple dating back to the 10th, 11th century AD, and it's a beautiful temple. The temples were, of course, destroyed by the Mughal and the Islamic invaders. But this place, and in its when it was in its full glory, must have been a sight to visit. There are ruins of 250 temples on top of this plateau. There is a fort on top of the hill, and there is a story about the fort and a palace. There was a queen which had some tiff with the Maharaja. A Maharani had a tiff with the Maharaja, and she left the main fort and came and started living in a smaller palace, and it's called the Rusi Rani Mahal. And so today the village below there is also known as the Rusi Rani village. So when you go up to this place, to Neelkant Mahadev, you not only visit the temple, which is still a live temple. Puja happens even today in that temple, and the ruins. But you will also visit the Rusi Rani village. Well, these are all the sites that you can visit. Apart from visiting these sites, there are other activities that you can do. If you are an active person, and many people want to do an active holiday, and we've been promoting active holidays as well. So you can do cycling. We have bicycles at our resort, so you can hire the bicycle from us, and we have created two very important, very interesting routes for you. So you can cycle around through the area, rural area. You can visit the rural villages, and you will come across such sites as you see in this picture. Apart from cycling, you can also do walking tours. We have also designed some walking trips where you will be escorted by our naturalist, and he will take you through the forest area. He will take you through the buffer zones, and take you and explain you about the flora and fauna, and you can you can do these nice walking tours and be active on your holiday as well. Sariska is also known as the second darkest zone in the country. What I mean by the darkest zone is that in a surrounding of 150, 170 square kilometers, there is no big town, no city, no factory, no commercial activity happening. Therefore, there are no lights, there is no illumination, very little. Only these small villages, these small hamlets, which have very little, very limited light. So once you come to this area, you see the sky up there, beautiful blue sky, and you see all the stars and the galaxies. And we have also maintained, at our resort, we have also maintained very low dim lights. We do not have any flashy lights outside. So we are maintaining very dim lights. We are using lanterns and to illuminate the passages, the pathways, the swimming pool, the garden area, and so on and so forth. Stargazing, watching celestial activities that happen. Meteors shooting down. Like we recently had the solar eclipse or the lunar eclipse. All these meteorological activities can be watched, can be seen from this particular area. So after the Andaman Nicobar Islands, this is the second place which is called as the darkest zone of India, and therefore Sariska is a special place for watching the galaxies.
गजेंद्र जी, जो आपने ये एक्सप्लेन किया है और ये सारी जगह दिखाई हैं, मुझे लगता है मुझे तो अभी से अपना सूटकेस तैयार कर लेना चाहिए आने के लिए. एंड कुछ बताएंगे कि हाउ टू रीच योर डेस्टिनेशन.
How do you reach this place? That is very important. So I have a map here which shows that Sariska Manor is in the middle of the so-called golden triangle of Indian tourism. So on the top is Delhi, on the east is Agra, and on the west is Jaipur, and we are right in the center. The approach to Sariska Manor, you can, if you're not in Delhi, if you're coming from other part of the country, you can fly into Delhi and drive down to Sariska. You can fly into Jaipur and drive down to Sariska from both these places. Thank you very much, friends. I'm very grateful to Mr. Rajan Sehgal and to Travel World Online for giving me this opportunity to come on this platform and talk about Sare Jahan Se Acha and give my dream project, bring my dream project to you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I would request now Dheeraj to take over and continue and end the presentation. Thank you very much.
We've been talking about destination specific and looking at offering things which are drivable distance, close to places where people are more comfortable, secure, safe. Here is a place where I have gone personally and explored a lot of things, and I can share my experience that this place is a wildlife nature resort which has a lot of things to offer. We know that this place has forts, it has monuments, museum, wildlife, tigers, lakes, walking tracks, cycling, yoga, meditation, village life, and I can go on and on. Now, when you are in Delhi or you are in Gurugram, you are 160 to 170 kilometers from Gurgaon to reach Sariska. So it takes not more than 3 hours to drive and then be at Sariska, and the kind of quality accommodation services and the experience for travelers looking at, young travelers, those who want to explore, move out of this lockdown, explore a place which is safe and secure. So this Sariska Manor becomes an ideal destination and a place for all the family get-togethers, to reunion. A lot of people would want to meditate, have their own time. So detox is another thing which we are talking about. There are badminton, swimming pool, cricket, a lot of kids activities. So parents no need to really worry about where the kids are. They can enjoy their own time. Parents can sit and even for that matter, these are very quiet place. So with the experience, what it comes is a wow factor, which a lot of young travelers would want to explore nature close to a nature or a wildlife safari. So it's a place where you can have your CEOs meeting, CFOs meeting, senior management meetings, and any meetings which is related to incentive, not exceeding the numbers which have been defined by the authorities. So it is 50 right now, and if the flexibilities have been given in future, it has the capacity to have more people who we can cater to. So that's on the MICE side of it. Then we talk about our small ceremonies. People would want to step out of Jaipur, Agra, Delhi, Chandigarh, Mumbai, Ahmedabad. They can drive down easily to Sariska and have a place which is on your own, very exclusive. Your during this lockdown, we never had an opportunity where we can invite our family, friends, or do a small get together. So this is where Sariska comes in. This property, Sariska Manor Tehla, has been built with a lot of love and care. We emphasize on personalized service. We do exclusive check-ins, and we provide exclusive dining experiences, not only in our dining area, but in places which are unexplored, untouched, unexperienced. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gajendra ji, for showing us this lovely destination. And friends, hope you like this episode. And to make this more useful, interesting, informative, we request you to please send your views and suggestions by email at info.passionals.in. And see you next Friday, same time. Stay safe, stay blessed. Thank you very much.
You are watching Travel World Online.